Hello, my fellow Nigerians in Yorkshire, my fellow Nigerians in the United Kingdom, my fellow Nigerians back home in Nigeria. I'd like to say thank you to everybody that is on our YouTube channel. This is the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network, UKCIC, based in the diaspora in Leeds in West Yorkshire. My name is Mr. J. Skolawole. I'm the founder and the president of the organization. And if you want to get to know us better, you can visit our website, www.nycn.org.uk. If you want to send us an email, general inquiry is admin@nycn.org.uk. First of all, I would like to say thank you to everybody that has been looking at our YouTube. Thank you to all the comments. Apologies if we've not been able to reply to your comments. It's all because we're very busy, but we'll end up replying anyway. So today, this is our YouTube channel, and I want to pick up a point that has just been highlighted in the UK news. And this is, if you can see, if you have been watching, if you have been following us, if you have been going through our YouTube, this is what I've been discussing right from our JAPA project. Remember that we started doing the JAPA advice of how Nigerians, if they're moving to UK or to the Western world, America or Canada or Australia, how you can live, what are the best ways, but what are the dangers? You can see, and again, you can see that the Nigerian government, they're trying their best, especially Madam Abike Dabiri, Honorable, to make sure that Nigerians in the diaspora, they can attend to them. And we thank God basically for the Nigerian High Commission London as well. We collaborate with them. We collaborate with Kanuk, Central Association of Nigerian UK Communities, and other Nigerian communities in UK. Today, I'm going to be touching up on a very main highlight, and this is my own opinion. And for those people that don't agree, please, I apologize. This is a recent news by the UK police about 70% of Nigerian Yoruba wives that has been kicking their husband out of the house, out of their family. So the UK police recently noticed this, and they've now sent a message to Nigerians in general, Nigerians, Yoruba women in Nigeria, and Yoruba wives, that they should stop sending their husband out of the house. And the reason being is basically that I think it has got to a stage where a lot of Yoruba wives from Nigeria, have been falsifying information. First of all, before we carry on with this, we want to make it a bold letter, a bold statement that the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network do not support domestic violence, do not support any husband or any woman, having domestic violence in their family. It's very, very important. And I know that the UK police, the UK authorities, will not support domestic violence. Real domestic violence issues should be reported to the police immediately, and to make sure that, okay, you have your facts. But I think this survey has come out to the extent that, this is the first time. It has not come out from any African woman, either from Hausa or Igbo. It's particularly on Nigerian Yoruba wives. And why? It's all because there is always a benefit in doing that. So when we started the JAPA video, when you have a family, you plan, you agree to come from Nigeria with your children. Let's start with 4 children or 3 children. And all of a sudden, you sell all your stuff, you sell all your items. You have a director work in Nigeria, you decide to leave it, all because of the family. You sacrifice a lot for your family. You sacrifice your salary, all your savings, all your inheritance for your family. Same goes to the wife. And when you get to the UK is a different ball game. It's a different ground. As much as, okay, people count it as a land of milk and honey, it's not just like that. The reality is what we're telling you here. We are born in this country, we lived in this country, we speak Yoruba, Mogbo Yoruba, I'm from Edo, Woye, Oyese, and even I can speak a bit of Igbo, Kekwano, Odema, etc. like that. We're all Nigerian, whatever tribe. But by the time you get your family here, you start settling, the pressure goes up. We all said this in the JAPA. The pressure will go up because of the children. Let's, for example, we're using 4 children. You have 1 children in nursery school, 1 children in primary school, 1 children in secondary school, even 1 in university. How do you balance all those things? And you have to work. You that you have collected, you have spent almost 10, 15,000, 10, 15 million, 20 million on sponsorship. Even if you're a student, we know how much student pays. Their school fees is around 15,000 to 18,000 to 20,000, depending on the UK university you go. The pressure will go up. Why would the pressure go up? It's all because of the children. Now, in the UK, our safeguarding policy, as a community leader, to what I know, is really high. It's number one. If you're coming to the UK, you have to make sure you abide by the UK laws, including looking after all those children. Immediately you get all those children here with yourself and you're trying to work, the children is number one priority. Looking after the children is number one priority. And the pressure will go up, and we have seen so many cases, people coming to us in the community, the husband will come to us that, oh, the wife has kicked them out, etc. They will not let them. Even we've seen a situation where the wives has reported the husband with lots of false informations. And now what happened? The mortgage of the husband, the property of the husband, the income of the husband, everything gets given to the wife because of the children. And is this a fair one? No. What is the impact on the husband? We have seen situations, people have ended up with mental health, people have ended up committing suicide, because at the end of the day, everything you have sold for, everything you have sold, brought from Nigeria, everything has been taken from you because everybody class the United Kingdom, the Western world, as a women's world. Everything any woman comes up with, if they falsify information, the authority can do their investigation as usual. For me, I support the UK police, whatever they do. They protect us from criminals, they protect us from bad happenings. If you can open your door in the UK, nobody will go in. I'm not going to do that. But I'm just trying to tell you how good the UK police or the Western police are compared to our Nigerian police. But now, our Nigerian police are getting better. And I'm not going to say our Nigerian police, but, the corruption now is now fading out. And I hope that this administration in Nigeria can do better. So carrying on, the impact on the husband is going to be huge. The husband does not have anywhere to go. He doesn't have any place to work, any place to live anymore. Now, where is he going to get money? Because everything has been given to the wife. Is that a fair word? A family, the wife or the husband, you have ditched your tradition, you have ditched your culture, you have ditched your community, and you decided to take a sole decision to say, because I have more power here. No, you don't have more power. You don't have more power. They can call the Western world a women's world. No. Yes, it is literally, that is what people look at. But at the end of the day, what they're trying to say is that, the protection of the children and the wives and the husband is very important. And when you look at it biologically, the man is always stronger than the women, no matter the age. And even in the Bible, our women was created from our ribs. And whatever the Muslim version of it. So if you're a good Christian woman, a good Christian Muslim woman, you should know the right thing to do. But these occurrences, these allegations, false allegations, has happened to the extent that it has got to 70%, and the UK police has to say, please, stop reporting your husband. What you're doing is destroying the children's life, is destroying your life, you're destroying the husband's life. Don't be too selfish. If you have any issue within you, conversations. We have had situations that it's only conversations. It has happened to people that are close to me, even to me, all because of conversation. The wife will call the police. And when the police gets to the house, the police will say, was there any violence? They said, no, there was no violence. They will ask the wife, they will ask the husband, there's no. So why did you call us? You can solve these things yourself. If a matter is getting to the point of a violence, yes, you need to bring the two families together one way or the other, or your community leaders. If you're anywhere you're living in the UK or in the Western world, you should try and join the Nigerian community over there, whether it's a charity or community group. We always advise people to do that. Not when you need the community, that is when you join the community. You join the community so that they can support you whenever you're in need. of family issues, feeding, jobs and accommodation to support your family. That is the benefit of the community. That is what we do as a Nigerian community in the diaspora, which is the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network, UKCIC. So this whole matter has blown out of proportion, and the UK police has come out boldly to say, 70% of Nigerian Yoruba wives are kicking their husband out. They are reporting their husband with false information. And they're not saying that every information that they receive based on violence is false. They're not saying that. They're not saying that they support domestic violence. Domestic violence must not be supported or allowed in our society, in a community. Any husband or wife that is engaged in a domestic violence, should be ashamed, is a criminal. It should be ashamed of their culture, of their tradition, of their country. And both of them are a disgrace. So it's not when the husband is having a violence against the wife, or the wife is having a violence. We will blame both of you, because both of you are an item. When you took up that vow, you took up that vow during the marriage as a Christian or Muslim, that you will work together during difficult times, during challenging times, but you're not doing that. All because things has changed, which it will always happen. Whenever you're in a sea, the sea can change. There will be challenges. There is more pressure whenever you have children in the diaspora, because you agree that you want to go and get a better life for all those children. You're being selfish, both of you, husband and wife. You don't think about the children, you only think about yourself. We have seen so many families that they even lock their children in the house and they go and work, and the neighbors will end up reporting them to the police. That is selfishness. You see some Nigerian women here, some Nigerian men here, they are only here to make money. They're not here to raise their children. I can tell you that. Because there is nothing raising the children in the Western world you cannot raise in Nigeria. But they come to this country because of money. Some women wants to be free. They want to be going about, flirting about, having second husband. Some men wants to be doing the same thing, adultery, committing adultery. This is what brings up all this issue within a family. The pressure will go up. The husband will not support the wife looking after the children. The wife will not support the husband looking after the children. And this is when all this argument comes from. But if you have any argument, sit down in your living room, sit down and talk about it. Don't shout. A responsible husband, if you want to have a very high-tone argument with your husband, you just take a walk to the park. Take a walk. Go with your wife. Say, darling, can we just take a ride so that we can talk about it? We don't want the children. You do not want to get the children involved. Any shouting, any violence in the house affects the emotional state of all those children growing up. Your concern, your priority is your children. And either the wife or the husband should not selfishly go and make false information to the police that my husband is beating me or my wife is beating me. It's not the only husband that beats, but we know that the percentage of men in terms of violence towards women is very high. It's very high compared to the women. And that is why people think that, the Western world is a women's world. And it's a women's world. The authorities, the organization, the UK government and the police wants to make sure they protect the children, they protect the wife, because the wife has less energy in terms of energy, to make sure that against the men. But the men has to understand their responsibility. No man should lay their hands on a woman, no matter what. Yes, we know that our women can be upsetting, they can be so emotional, they can be carried away, because that is the biological creation of our women. They are very emotional. They are the most emotional human beings in terms of animal. And you know that our women are the ones that carry this child 9 months. They go through all these changes in their body, issues, problems whenever they're carrying pregnancy, joy, but they're the one that carry the load. Our men should always support our women. Yes, women, at times, you need to get close to them, talk to them, try and find a solution. Always find the best solution as a last resort. And the wife should always make sure that have belief in your husband. Not just rushing to the police when there's no violence. It breaks the family. It affects the children, and you see all those children ending up, growing up, badly, in a bad environment. You see most of these children in London, in Manchester, in Birmingham, in other areas, they end up in a gang, and you see most of them, they get stabbed. This is why you have tragedy. And that is why the UK police, Yoruba men that was speaking to a lot of Nigerians is that, may the Lord not let us see the burial ground of our children. That is the prayer. If you're a woman, a responsible woman, a responsible Christian or Muslim wife or any other, you should look into yourself. What you have done to some people, if you have done it to some people, report false information, your guilty conscience will tell you wherever you go. And if you keep on doing that, how are you going to be able to have a man that will be with you? Let's, for example, a woman that is single. Now you're single with 3 or 4 children. It's difficult to manage in this country, my people. It's difficult. I see a lot of Nigerian women, single women, coming to us. We help them with food, jobs, and accommodation. They cannot manage 4 women. In addition to their work, they have to take the children, let's say the one in nursery school, primary school, wake up 6 o'clock, cook for them, take them to school, and before you go to your work, you cannot manage all those things. A woman cannot manage the children alone. Do not deny the children from your husband seeing them, even if they're separated. If you end up separating, let's say because of violence, because of anything, please let access be open for the husband. Is very, very important. Don't believe that I'm a woman, I want to be independent. No! The idea of a marriage is man and woman coming together. It's not, you did not come to this world as a single woman or all those children drop from heaven. Or even as a single father, all those children come from heaven. We have some husband that will take the children away from the wife. They will not let the wife see their children. What you're doing is you're destroying the life of all those children. Let's, for example, the wife has 4 children. 2 of them are boys. And normally when they have a very normal family, the dad will take all those children to football, to play football, and take them to sports. If you have a boy, 2 boys, the dad is in the best place to manage all those boys. If you have girls, the mother is in the best place. But overall, both of you are in the best place to manage all those children. Work together. Don't look at your selfish interests because you don't like Baba this, you don't like the family this, etc. He's doing something to me. He's not giving me money to go and shop. He's not giving me money. He's fornicating. He's doing this. Try and work these things out. All because of your selfish interest, you're destroying the life of all those boys. As I've said, our organization and any organization will not support domestic violence against any woman or any man. There is different way of domestic violence. It's not only physical. It can be emotional. We have some women that they can drive their husband to the wall, and that husband, even some women, they carry things, they carry chair. They're so emotional that they can carry chair or stool and break it, and the husband will be looking. A man should always compose himself. We do not allow, and a woman that carries a chair, carries a wood, throw something against the husband, that is not a good woman. It's not a Christian woman. You can go to church from heaven to earth. We have a lot of people that goes to church. Whenever they step out of that door, finish, they change. It's the same thing that happens to men or from the mosque. So it's not about going to church. You come to church, you pretend as if you're a good wife, etc. No, your husband is the head of the family, is the pastor, and that is how, as a Christian, the Lord, our God, has made the head of the family. There's got to be a captain in a ship. The husband being the head of the family doesn't mean that he's in control. No, it's not in control. Whatever you have to work together, you sit down in your living room, You sit down together and make a decision. That is what you want to do, a mortgage, you want to spend money, you want to send the children to school, you want to do shopping. You always have an agreement. And if you're dead on, I always say this in my japa, the husband has the right to take the final decision, because there's got to be a captain who's going to make the decision if both of you cannot make a decision. Our women should understand that. You cannot say you're in the Western world, you want to be making a decision in a family of a marriage. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. What word are you? Are you trying to flip the marriage tradition that the wife is the head of the family? No. That is not the tradition, our culture, or even as a religion, as a Christian or Muslim. And it doesn't mean that if your husband is the head of the family, he's in control. My husband is controlling me. You see some women, they always talk about control. What is control? If you're worried, if you're not ready to be submissive, then you are the one that is trying to control your husband. The Bible says that a wife must be submissive to the husband, and the husband must love the family as Jesus loved the church. And I know that the same version is in the Quran as a Muslim. So our women comes up with this idea of control. They've been controlling me since I'm in Nigeria, this and that. Now I'm in the UK. I can now report him because I want to destroy him. You're destroying yourself. You're destroying yourself. My Nigerian woman or any African woman, any woman out there from any race, you're destroying yourself. You're destroying the children's life. You're very selfish because you only think about yourself. You always keep on making excuses. He wants to control me. He wants to do this. We have seen so many allegations that has brought their husband in this country because they believe that once they go to the police will take their matter. Immediately the police will rush. The next thing the police comes to your house is that, okay, we cannot let two of you live in this house anymore. Husband, please, can you go and find another place? Is that fair? Is that a fair game? You, a woman that is looking at me, a wife that is looking at me. You might be single now, or you might be single now, or you might be in a marriage. Is that a fair decision, justified decision? Your conscience will tell you what you have done to your husband that you love on the first day you saw him. Your conscience will tell you what you have done to your children. You might not look at it. The children might not be able to say anything now. We have a lot of women at home and in the diaspora that have denied the father from getting access to the children because of their greed. Because, I want him to be giving me this money every month. He's not doing this. He's not doing this. You make up unnecessary excuse because of your own selfish pleasure. You want to be single. Yes, go and be single. JB, you left the first marriage, you left the second marriage, the third marriage. Which man is going to take you? Which man is going to take you serious? If you think that you are hiding all your previous marriage issues, that man will end up knowing one day you will end up losing. You will keep on losing. I don't pray for marriage breakage. I don't pray for divorce. It has happened to a lot of people. Closer to me, closer to a lot of people. Marriage, divorce is not something that you want for the children, my people. I beg you. You as a family, you might be going through lots of stuff in the diaspora. And why? It's not because when you have 4 children, there is no house help here. In Nigeria now, you just go and get an house help for 30,000 naira or 50,000 naira. They can help you to take all those children to school so that you can go to work. There is nothing like this here. You have to do everything. And immediately you're coming from Nigeria. If you're coming to Leeds, look at us. Just look at community centers in Yorkshire. You'll be able to find us, for example, Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network. We can absorb you. We can teach you. We can train you. If you're going to London, look for Nigerian communities in London. The more you are in a community, the better information you have. The Western world or UK is an information-driven country or region. The more information you have, the better for you. You're looking for a job, you're looking for free food, you're looking for accommodation, you're looking for where to settle your children, you're looking for where to get very good advice, immigration lawyer, etc. Information is key. How do you get that information? Is joining a community in your organization. If you cannot do that, if you don't know any community, type in Canuck. Canuck is the umbrella body, the biggest umbrella body in the whole of UK. We have NIDO. Type in there. You can contact them. Canuck is the Central Association of Nigerian UK Communities. NIDO is the Nigerian in Diaspora organization. And we have NIDCOM, Nigeria in the Diaspora Commission. So all those information are there. But coming to UK or Western world, you need to prepare yourself as a family. You need to understand that once you get to here, once you settle, there will be challenges in between you and your husband, in between you and the wife. Even the children, once it gets to a stage, we have seen situations where children has got a scratch because he fell down, and when he gets to school, the teacher will look at it, and the teacher will say, oh, this and that, will start questioning that children. They will now go and arrest the family. Again, they use that to separate the family. We have always put that on the YouTube, is that whenever all those things, the socials and the UK, before they take away families' children in a community, they should contact the community leaders. If it's a Nigerian family, you contact the closest Nigerian community in Leeds, in Yorkshire, in the UK. Don't just take their children away from them. Their children are their foundations. You're taking just assume you're taking a cub from a lion. That lion will fight tooth and nail. So this is the advice we've given to the UK police and the Home Office. There was a meeting in couple of weeks ago by the Nigerian High Commission London, Canuck and other Nigerian communities about child protection. Don't forcefully take the child away from the family. Find a way peacefully to have a peaceful negotiation to make sure that, okay, what is going on? If the UK or socials contact us, we are the one that speak their language. We can speak their language. We can talk to them as a community. The UK police, the social that are English or any other race apart from Nigeria, they cannot speak to this family. So that needs to be noted. But the point of today is to make sure that we warn Nigerian women, especially Yoruba women, to stop reporting their husband to the police with false information because they want the husband out in any way out of the house. They don't want that husband to be part of that family. No, you cannot make that decision. You are a wife, you cannot make that decision for all those children. Let's put all those children on the spotlight. You have 4 children, and we start at children A, children B, children C, children D. Do you want your dad to leave the house? Do you want your dad to leave? Most of them, I can tell you that they will say no. Don't just put actions into your hand. You are a family, you should work as a team. When a wife or a woman in a family of 4 makes a sole decision and go and call the police, you have come out of the context, out of the team. No, you should agree. Even if your husband is doing violence to you, please, make sure you do it cautiously. Speak to your community leader. You can contact us. We're in Leeds, we're in Yorkshire. We can intervene. If we can't do it, we will bring in a body that will help you before you go to the police. A lot of Nigerians that are giving the UK police false information, they are wasting police resources, taxpayers' money. I will always underline it. We do not condone violence from either. Violence, any physical violence, any fact violence should be reported to the police. I will be the first person to report it. But if you lie and make false information, false information will come and bite you. Will really come back. You might think that you've got away with it. No. Any family, any wife or husband that is trying to report the family, because the police are not there to break families. But this is the situation now. People are looking at, police is coming to come and break family. No, police is coming to come and protect you, but make sure you have facts and information. We have seen situations where a wife has accused the husband of rape, but we end up realizing that it was a false information. We have seen information that a wife has accused the husband that he was locking the child in the room, he was abusing the child, but that there was no fact on it. We do not want this information to deter anybody from reporting to the UK police or any other police or Nigerian police. We do not want it. This is what we're saying is that please try to make sure you have facts. If you're unable to report it, the police will do their investigation one way or the other. If you give the police false information, the police will do their investigation and it might come back biting you, whether you're husband or wife. You cannot put false information because the police is protecting both sides, whether the wife or the husband or the children. The police has to make sure they're neutral. The police is not on anybody's side. It's not on the wife's side. It's not on the husband's side. It's there to protect you as a citizen within the community from any criminal act, which we call domestic violence, abuse, etc. And this is why, under our banner, the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network, UKCIC group, will always work with the police, will always work with community leaders, will always work with socials, will always work with safeguarding team to make sure families within our community is protected. And this is why we're giving our own version of it. But from the latest news from the UK police, the Nigerian wives should stop reporting their husband with false information. If they have facts, credible facts, there are always so many ways you can get facts. If you know, at the end of the day, if you want to record it, we should secretly to make sure. But I don't think, all those things should be worked out. If things does not work out within you and your husband, if it's getting to too much violence, then everybody should go their own way. If the violence is there, you report it to the police. But the police should be able to find a way to work with the community, work with the family. We don't want any family to be breaking up. It's causing a lot of nightmare. It's bad news. You see lots of wives, husbands that have been let out. They don't have place to live because of what they have done or what has happened in their family. They end up committing suicide. They end up in mental homes. They end up deranged. They end up doing something worse. A woman, the husband that you gave 4 children, 1 or 2 or 3, 4 children, you end up lying because of your anger, because of your uncontrolled anger, because of your selfish anger. You reported your husband with false information. It's going to come back and bite you. And if you're a husband and you do the same thing, because you said that you're the one that brought him with your papers, and you brought your wife here and you start trying to control your wife. And when you say control is basically that, this and that. No, the wife is not your slave. The husband, I would make it categorically. They're not your slave. When you married her traditionally in Nigeria or here, the family did not say you that our daughter is your slave. No. If you have to do things in the house, you do it together. The husband has his own duty. The wife has his own duty. The children has his own duty. You look after the children together. You share things together. For me, at the end of the day, I can go to the kitchen. I do a lot of cooking. I like to do cooking. I like to empty the bin. I like to cut the grass at the back. I like to cut the grass. Even now, I don't mind. I will tell any lady that is with me to please give me the list. I will take the car. I will go and buy it. I've done it in the past. I don't mind going to the shop to go and buy, as long as the woman is going to be cooking it. I will bring the food. The duty of the husband is to provide for the family. Right from ages, in the Bible, in the Quran, the husband will go out, make sure the job of the husband is to put food on the table. It doesn't matter, wife, whether you're a director, whether you're the president, your role as a wife is your role as a wife. That is what the children is looking at you at. If you try to tell the children that you're the head of the family, you're deceiving yourself. Everybody has a role. The husband has a role. The wife has a role. The children have a role. The wife cannot come to the Western world and say that, oh, I'm in control. It's a women's word. No, it's not. It's not a women's word. There is more protection, safeguarding for everybody, including the husband. Because if the husband goes mental, if the husband is in the process of committing suicide, there is a protection for the husband as well. We have seen so many Nigerian men that have gone out, they're in bad shape, they don't know what to do because their wives has kicked them out of the house because of false information. And what would the police do? The police would just say, please, husband, go and find another wife. And the reason why the police is doing that is not because if there's children involved, that children must have a place to live. Who's in the best place to look after the children at that moment is the woman. I don't agree that the police should be kicking the husband out. They should have a kind of a solution to make sure that, okay, these things does not happen. This is a country that, okay, protects everybody. I don't agree that a husband should be kicked out with false information. But if that husband is a deranged husband, is an husband that bullies the wife physically and the evidence is there, yes, then the husband needs to be moved out in order not to affect all those children. I support every party, but every party has to come together. My final advice to both husband and wife is that whenever you're having issues, if you cannot solve that issue, your community is next to you. I see a lot of people come to our office. They call us that they want to come. We will advise them. We're not an expert. If we have to get any other third-party professional involved, we will get them involved. But let's not just rush and resort into calling the police for false information. But if it's a violence, we do not support violence. Anything, violence, domestic abuse, etc. is criminal, and anything criminal needs to be reported to the UK police or Nigerian police or any other Western world police. May the Lord continue to bless us. Please and please, our women that are reporting to their husband, all because they want welfare benefits. They want to claim asylum. They want to get papers. It's not done. You will end up getting to that stage and you'll be realized. And this is what happens among Nigerian women, African women, because they want to claim asylum, because they want benefit. They know that if they have 4 children, the UK government or Western world government will give them money for the children. You're deceiving yourself. You're killing yourself. In your heart of hearts, justice is going to come back to you. Why do you want to kick your husband out? Because you want to claim benefit. You falsify information, or because you have just one argument, which is not physical, And even if you are carrying the television, carrying stool, and you're the one throwing the tool to your husband is defending it. You will now make a false effort, false information. This is the woman. The woman will be carrying the stool, will be carrying everything in the house, throwing it at that man. That man will be defending it. All because that man is defending. You will now go and report to your husband, to the police. You will not say that you're the one that is carrying it. You say that the husband is trying to beat you. We do not condone violence. We do not condone a man to lay their hands on any woman. A man that does that is a shame, is a disgrace to his country, to his community, to his home. And that man is classed as a criminal. And a woman should not do the same. If you're a woman, you think that whenever you vex, you carry this, you throw it against your husband, you can do this, you carry, and you go and falsify information, you are a criminal. You are a criminal. Don't think that all because you live in UK, you're not going to be caught. False information, the police will realize it, and they will come back to you. Because if that information has destroyed that man, and that man has committed suicide, and the UK police realizes that that person that died or gone mental is due to false information, it will come out in the news, and I'm telling you, it will come back to you, and you will go to prison. It's as simple. Make sure your information is real. Make sure it's a fact. And this is an advice to Yoruba women. Please, we need to stop that act. The UK police says 70% of Yoruba women. They did not say 70% of Zimbabwe women, or Hausa women, or Igbo women, or Edo women. They said 70% of Yoruba women, wives. 70% of Yoruba wives should stop reporting their husband because they want to claim benefit, they want to claim asylum, they want to be receiving money on all the children so that they believe that the country they are, they can receive benefit. This country is a country of benefit, but if you're not entitled to that benefit, I will tell you now, you repay that benefit back. You repay everything. If you have collected 5,000, 10,000 of pounds, once they realize that, they will collect that money back from you. You pay that money back. Otherwise, you'll be prosecuted. Okay? So to finish this up, finally, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that has listened to us. I just want to make this, opinion on this. Please read the messages. Any comment, you can make a comment. But this applies not only to Nigerian wives, Yoruba wives in the UK or Western world. It applies to Nigerian wives even in Nigeria. And the same thing goes to the husband. It's not only Yoruba wives. It can happen. But the majority of the high percentage is on Yoruba wives. We have some Igbos, we have some Edos, we have some Hausas, etc. But they are on a lower rate. But if the UK police has come out that Nigerian Yoruba wives, please be aware. And please caution yourself and have conscience. Have conscience. The father of your son, the father of your children, you're kicking them out. You're not doing good for the future of all those children, for the future of yourself. You can move from one husband to second husband to third husband. You'll be labeled. Okay? Thank you so much. More updates to come soon on our YouTube channel. This is the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network, UKCIC YouTube channel. My name is Mr. J. Skolaoli. I'm the founder and the president of the Nigerian Yorkshire. If this message has upset you, I'm sorry. This is my own opinion. This is the opinion of people within the community that has come out with all these comments, and this is why I'm passing it to you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.